Now when it's weathered for a while, and you make stacks of them, build it up to the top, going around, twisting them in, and put 2 on the top, cloven it off. And when, after a while again, then you take them in, put them into big ricks in the haggard. And the
what's a haggard?
The field, like small little place that was, it wasn't concrete, it'd be like ballast and stuff on it, it'd be hard, like.
Yeah.
And you'd make 2 or 3 ricks there, corn in there, and then the thrashing machine would come in, because he had a steam engine. You often see steam engines, big steam engines, and he'd have a drum and then a pitcher behind it. So you put the pitcher in, and the machine had come. It had a belt. The engine had a belt to the drum to start off the machine.
Yeah.
And the people up on the drum. It used to be my job in the drum. You'd feed the drum, and there'd be a person here beside you cutting the shafts, and you'd be feeding the corn into this drum.
Yeah.
And run smoothly, like. And then the Blaggards, if I wasn't there, like, that's why I was feeding, but before the Blaggards, they get 2 shifts and put them across the drum and get down and bump. The belt would fly off.
Why would they do what? Just why did they do that? Just to break
Blackgarden.
Just to break it.
Just get a Blackgarden. But anyway, that went on for years. That carry on doing that. And one time we were in this house anyway. And houses had bad names, like where you get plenty of, you go in and you'd have your dinner, a big farmers. Best farmers used to lay on great times, have a great dinner, go in and have a big dinner. But this time we were in this big room like this, and you had to get into the table, like people went up there, one or two at the top, and then the only way you could get out of that table is everybody else come out.
Right.
And then, but anyway, this time we were at this table, and the woman decided she'd feed us on 2 of us on the one plate. So you had your dinner cut in half. And
sheet down the middle of the table. Table at the top.
But anyway.
So she'd get the plate.
She'd have the big plate.
And then she'd just cut
it in half. My dinner be there, your dinner be there. But anyway, we were eating this dinner anyway. The dinner was always pretty good. And
but what would you have, like, what would it be for dinner?
Mostly bacon, bacon and potatoes. But they used to get they used to say it was the blanket, or not the blanket, the sheet off the bed, whether it was or not, they put it on the table. And they'd stack potatoes.
In the middle of the
big sack of them, and right along the middle.
The table was up against the wall.
Yeah.
You could eat it anyway. But this time we were in, as saying, this man was up where Evelyn was, and another chap sitting beside him. So they started, a bit of a blackguard he was, and he started eating, and he went, this fella went over to put a bit, and he growled and wow, wow. He wouldn't let the bloke eat his dinner, but then eventually he kept...
What, he went to steal a bit of his dinner, did he?
But anyway, let me tell you, he kept doing this for a while, and in the end he got fed up, and he stood up where Evelyn is, walked down through the middle of the potatoes, and when he got here to the door, he jumped out, and she was coming in, and she said, "Oh, Lonnie, and they're so flowery."
What did she say?
The potatoes,
Lonnie, and they're so flowery.
The potatoes were so flowery, and he stood on them.
That's the reason.
She was like, they were such good potatoes, and he stood on them.
But in everything, oh, Lonnie this and Lonnie that. Oh, no.
But that's right. As I say, how I ended up in Dublin.
Yeah.
They promised me the tractor, and no tractor
came. No tractor
so
came.
So off I go. Got the bus up to Dublin. So.
Do you ever miss it? Do you ever wish that?
Pardon?
Did you ever miss farming or on the farms?
No, not that well. I used to go back down and do a lot of it again when I'd be happy.
Yeah.
That was a holiday I had down in the harvest time. Be down there with them.
On holiday working.
There was photographs. I was there actually sitting out in the field having our dinner.
Yeah.
But the best part of it was, I was working with this farmer, and my brothers was be working on the van, and come after the dinner, the brothers be there, and what had used to happen that the brothers would be up in the parlour and I'd be down in the kitchen with all the lads and having the crack and a great time. Come back out and the farmer was standing at the door. The farmers went out and he saluted them going out and thanked them for coming. We come out, farm workers, 5 bob. It was worth 20 or 30 at that time.
How much did I say it was per person?
And I'd come out, show me 2 half-crowns to my brother.
Only 18 bloody pounds.
That's hard.
So you'd get 5...
5 bob, 5 shillings.
But you'd show your brother only...
Well, I showed him 5 shillings, he got nothing. He was the farmer, I was the farm labourer.
Martin used to inherit the farm, Killegny. But Martin was out there because he was only a farmer's son.
You were in Killegny, weren't you, around or were you not? Might have been too young.
Big agricultural land in his day.
Martin's been
but,
there.
I can't... When was I there? How long ago?
Martin.
You were going to go and live there and take Natasha.
Oh, what, down in Wexford?
But now the whole place there, now Martin and Killegny is all... There was nothing in it then, only small little sheds. And then they come along and in my days, young days, it was agricultural, sowing crops like wheat. And you had during the war, it was compulsory to grow wheat.
Yeah.
Whether you could grow it or not, they made you had to grow wheat.
Yeah.
And but that was anyway. When the war finished, then the change. Then they went into dairy farm, and at home now, Willie and them places they built all outside big buildings. They had about 10 or 12, about 15 places for where the cows would go in, and you'd milk the cow, the milking machine, and up on the wall, and the milk. There was a big place down the middle with tubes.
Yeah.
So they put the 4 things up, washed the cows' alders, and they put the 4 things up on the tits, and they start milking. And the milk would go up from the cow over and down along and into a big tank in the dairy. So then when that lot of cows would be done, they'd treat the cows' alders and let them out and bring in another lot.
Yeah.
Feed, do the same thing with them.
Yeah.
And all that carry on. So
because the cows... It's like the cows up in Leitrim. They know.
Oh, they
go in. They know what they've got to do.
They all know their own place.
Yeah.
They all go into their own place.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
They had chains if they were in all night. Like, there no need to change. They all went into their own at their own stall.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy,
absolutely mad.
But that's his. But then them days they had the man bull, the bull. You had to take the cow to the bull.
Yeah.
And all that.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget last time I was up in. Leitrim. We're at the farm, and this fella turns up in his Ford car.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh right. And what's it? Peter, isn't it? Is it Peter? Peter's in charge. Peter goes over chatting to the fella, and he opens up the boot of this car, and there's like some sort of laboratory in the back. And next thing he brings out this book, and it was like.
Telling them what type of calf he wants.
Well, no, it's this book, and he's like, so this is Bob, and you have a picture of Bob the bull, and Bob is this, and Bob is that, and blah blah blah. And you turn the page like, this is Gary. This is what Gary is, and it was like blind date for cows. So I was very impressed by all that. And Peter was like, I'll have 2 of Bob, 1 of Gary, I'll have 1 of Gerard as well. And it was very, very funny.
That was